Tervetuloa seuraamaan Matsuconin 2018 kunniavierasohjelmaa. Minä olen Hannu. Olen tänään juontamassa täällä tai kyselemässä hauskoja kysymyksiä. Ja tänä vuonna meidän kunniavieraat ovat tulleet Saksasta asti. Meillä on cosplay-taiteilija MeNanA Cosplay, Melina Daubler ja valokuvaaja Blue Potion Photography Robin. Mä pyydän häntä lausumaan oman sukunimensä, koska minä sen varmasti sanon väärin. Ja jos te haluatte seurata meidän kunniavieraita sosiaalisessa mediassa, niin ne löytyvät Matsuconin nettisivuilta kunniavieraat-osiosta. Ohjelman loppuun me luetaan kysymyksiä, joita te olette saaneet lähettää meille lomakkeen kautta. Kunniavierasohjelma pidetään englanniksi, koska meidän vieraamme eivät ikävä kyllä puhu suomea, niin vaihdetaan kieltä. Welcome to listen our guest of honor talk show. This year both our guests come from Germany. First we have Melina, aka MeNanA Cosplay. And then we have Robin, aka Blue Potion Photography. Before we start, Robin, I must ask you to pronounce your last name because I didn't know how to say it, so I didn't say it.
My last name is kind of impronounceable. Even Germans do it wrong, but you say it Hüttisch.
Hüttisch.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
Oh, yes. I won this competition.
You're better than half of the Germans because everyone says my last name wrong. But
Okay.
Hüttisch, it's red.
Hüttisch. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm better in German than Germans. I like this. But yes, how are you and how have you been enjoying our convention so far?
Basically, we're tired because we still have to get used to the fact that it's never dark here somehow, and the sun is out all the time. Yeah, but the convention is nice. It reminds me a lot of how German conventions used to be a few years ago when they were still smaller. So, yeah, reminds me of a certain convention in Germany. And it was almost the same like Matsucon, like I guess 8 years ago.
But now it's a huge world success. That's what you're saying, and
Yes,
we are
yes.
becoming a huge world success.
Yes. Now it's I guess the second biggest convention.
Yeah, it's the second.
So there's Matsu goals for next year. And how are you, Melina?
Yeah, basically the same. I'm tired. It's really strange when you want to sleep and it's not dark outside. And I don't know, you guys have, for us, it's strange because your curtains are so thin. And I don't know, I have my sleeping mask, so without it, I really struggle to find sleep.
So yeah, Finland is nice, but we have too thin curtains.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, yeah, you have.
I'll accept this. But let's get down to business and talk about cosplay. When and how did you found cosplaying? And what were your first thoughts when you saw people in cosplay costumes?
Actually, I thought, okay, that just freaks. My best friend Heike, I have met her at school, and when I recognized that she's into manga and anime, I was like, oh my god, because
What a freak!
no, I was into manga and anime as well, but I wasn't a cosplayer at that point. But when I have met her, I was really, oh my god, someone who likes manga and anime as well. And then we started to get friends. And then we decided that we want to go to a book fair who also has manga and anime stuff. And then she asked me if I want to cosplay. And I was like, no. Definitely no. Look at that. It looks weird. And yeah. But I'm a person who you can
Convince?
yeah, really easily. So and yeah, then it started. And hello, here I am.
Look at you now.
Yeah, exactly.
So we should thank Heike.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Heike, wherever you are.
at home.
In German.
Yes.
Wait, I think we must switch your microphones. Thank you.
Does this work? Oh yes, it works.
Thank you, technology man.
Helper guy.
Yay.
Maybe applause for him.
Now we can hear you talk.
Yes. Okay. I guess I'll just start over. I basically was like nerdy all my life and didn't have that much friends like in the real life.
Aw.
And yes, oh,
Aw.
that poor guy. Someone give me a hug.
No.
Yeah.
We will give you a
No.
group hug after this. Like everyone just can come on stage and
Yeah,
hug
you
you.
can
Now
just
you have
line
friends.
up over there later and give me a hug and comfort me. Yeah, so basically some guys I met at school, they were cosplayers and they convinced me, yeah, come with us to a convention and you also have to wear a costume. And then I was like, yeah, okay, why not? And then they put some Naruto stuff on me. And that's how my my cosplay career like started. So yeah, I was cosplaying as well for a few years, way before I started with photography.
What is it that you like most about cosplay? Is it the performing part or making the costumes or meeting new people or something entirely different?
Actually, I enjoy it more to see and to work on the costume than to wear it, because honestly, costumes are so uncomfortable. And in Germany, I tend to go to a convention without and just wear costumes for a photo shoot. But actually, I enjoy to be creative and to work on the costumes, and it's always a challenge. And for me, it's important to have a costume which is really neat and clean and really well sieved. So sometimes it's really hard, especially when you sieve a really huge costume. For example, for the WCS, so it killed me. My own, how does that word called?
A little bit translation going on. I don't speak German, so I can't.
Yeah, sorry,
Translate.
I'm struggling sometimes with English as well. I want, I'm a
Perfectionist.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of hard sometimes when you want to do everything perfect.
So you enjoy most seeing your perfect cosplay? Almost perfect cosplay.
Yeah,
We all
perfect.
see
I wouldn't call them perfect, but at least I try to.
the almost perfect costume. You see how well you've made it. The
Wanna be
neatness.
perfect costume. Yeah.
I've seen your costumes. They're almost perfect. Like they're what was your favorite part? If you don't, when you were cosplaying.
Yeah, so because I'm obviously not cosplaying anymore, making costumes wasn't that fun for me. Wasn't my favorite part. I always enjoyed the community because there's a lot of amazing people there. So at least in Germany, most of the cosplayers are really kind persons. They help each other. So that community of people having the same interest is really great. And that's still the main reason why I visit like conventions at all. It's just to spend time with friends or get to know new people. I get to know new lovely people all time. And yeah, that basically is cosplay for me. And on the other hand, of course, it's a really nice hobby. You always see like incredible craftsmanship and really cool stuff to look at. It's really cool.
And then let's talk a little bit about photographing. And how long have you been photographing, and when was your first cosplay photo shoot?
I believe I bought my first camera in 2006, and yeah, it was the reason I started with photography was that I stopped being a cosplayer because it's sewing machine and me, we never been that close. And I'm bad at crafting, and basically I'm bad at everything I have to do with my hands. So cosplay is probably not the best hobby for me. And then I visited conventions just like that, and I felt a bit like, okay, why am I here? I have no purpose here somehow. And then I thought about, okay, if I can't do cosplay, then why won't I be on the other side and just take photos of people doing cosplay? And that's when I decided to buy a camera. And it was like just really experimental. So pictures didn't look that good, but you have to start somewhere, and it's okay. So I started taking photos of my closest friends because they wouldn't hate me if everything looks like crap afterwards. And that's basically where I started. So smaller photo shoots like you do in your backyard, and like, okay, this wall looks okay, maybe you just sit on it or whatever. And that's basically how I started.
When was your first cosplay photo shoot?
The real photo shoot, I guess it was in 2008 on a convention. There I've met a friend or photographer, and he had a huge camera, and I was like, do you want to take pictures of us? And he did, and but before, I don't know, in the past it was like we took photos with our camera by ourselves, So, but basically in 2008, but I tried to be a photographer as well. I gave it up, basically, because it wasn't that good.
What is it that you like most about cosplay photo shoots?
Actually, that you can prepare stuff. 2 weeks ago, we had a photo shoot with The Legend of Zelda. I made a fan art from Inkilä, or a Link in the female version. And we really thought what we could do, and then you can prepare that you reach more or less the feeling of the game. And that's something what you actually can just do with prepared photo shoots, not on a convention. And so I love the results from photo shootings. So that's the reason why I really love to do photo shoots and prefer to wear costumes for a photo shoot than on a convention.
What is your favorite thing about cosplay photo shoots or photographing in general?
Well, I guess the obvious reason for cosplay photography in special is that you have unlimited possibilities of what you can do. If I say, okay, I want to do fashion photography for a hobby, the core, it's always the same. I mean, okay, I can like do a more urban style photo shoot or a more elegant style photo shoot, but basically fashion is also afterwards how you edit the pictures. It's roughly the same. But in cosplay, I have people, they are warriors, I have people, they are little schoolgirls, I have people that are Pokemon Gichingas, whatever. So the possibilities are unlimited. You can always do something different. You can visit different locations. You can go scouting for locations because, okay, I need a castle for this costume. So, okay, I'll check Google Maps, where's castles around here. There's a lot of castles in Germany. It's not that difficult.
Like everyone has one in their backyard.
Yes, it's like the cottages in Finland, we have castles.
I would like to move to Germany, thank you. You can have my summer cottage if I can have your castle.
So that's basically it. It's just you can be as creative as you want to be. You can use special effects. There's people using fire in their photos or doing compositing or add 3D stuff or whatever. So yeah, you can do shootings in water, in land, in a castle, in the forest. It's just you can be as creative as you want to be, and that makes it special for me.
Okay, let's talk about international cosplay competitions and World Cosplay Summit, especially for a moment. For those who don't know, World Cosplay Summit is a World Cosplay Championship that is held in Japan every year, and Finland is also participating in it. Melina and her cosplay pair Heike represented Germany in 2015. And before a pair can compete in Japan, they must first pass the preliminaries. That's a super hard word to say. I was trying to pronounce it right. Preliminaries. Preliminaries in English. So they must first pass the preliminaries in their home country. And can you tell us what was it like for you in Germany to compete for the representative spot?
That was really a rough time for us because we started in 2010, I guess, and it took us 5 tries to be Team Germany. And at first we didn't understand what they want from us, what kind of skits, what kind of costumes, and to do a skit not just for the audience, also just for you, because Heike and I, we were always more funny, not that elegant and fighting, and we were more like idiots, like on stage. And exactly, it was like a sorry. We wanted to have fun on stage, and we prepared us really well. We gave the whole year our best to reach that goal. It was, I don't know, I think for 2 years I had nothing in my head, just the WCS. And we gave up at a certain point because in 2013, Heike's father died 3 days before the WCS for the preliminary, the
preliminaries.
Yeah, exactly, the Finnish thing. And after that, we gave up, but we not completely. 2 years after that, we competed again and said, okay, that will be the last time. And then suddenly we had succeed, and it was like, I really cried a lot because we tried it 6 years, and it was a really huge goal for me, or something what I wanted to do really badly. And then it was at first a really amazing feeling to know, okay, next year we have the possibility to go to Japan as Team Germany, and that was really, when I think about that, I'm really, it feels great.
I'm almost crying just listening to you talk about that time. But the trip to Japan, it lasts for 2 weeks. So what did you do during that time, and what was it like for you to represent your country and meet other cosplayers from other countries?
Basically, it was hot.
Yeah, I've heard legends that it's super hot that time.
I know that that's nothing new, but it was basically hot, and you have to wait a lot. And it's hard to say. It was stressful. At the competition itself, it was okay, I guess. But before, you have to prepare, or we have almost a year to prepare ourselves. And I had so much stress that I got sick. I had huge problems with my stomach because I basically seethed every day for a whole year. So that was not really fun. So when you be a team for WCS, you have to remind yourself that it's not a fair competition at all. It's a TV show, but it was stressful. And in Japan itself, it was also kind of stress because you get, everyone is nice to each other, and you meet really nice people. but also it's that's a competition, and there are teams who really want to be the winner of that competition, and then there are also unfair things, and I don't know, but to meet other peoples from other countries, it should be the main reason to be part of the WCS, in my opinion, because that's basically the reason why I'm in Finland now, and I have friends here, and that's what lasts after the WCS, at least for me.
Yes, you befriended our representative in 2015 in Japan. Yeah.
They were the team before us. They were the first, and we were the second, and we were like, yeah. I mean, not from the, just from the entry number. And it was like YOLO. Everyone has to wait, and we were the first and the second, and then just go and eat pancakes.
So we should thank World Cosplay Summit to have you here as well.
Thank you.
Yes. And then let's talk about photography for a second. Tell us about your work process. How do you end up having the final edited photo on your screen? Or do you usually plan the whole photo shoot? And what is it like to work with different models?
What happens a lot when I take photos is that I adjust my workflow and change my style, I guess like once a year, because I always get bored of what I did before. So if I even look at photos I took last year, I'm like, nah, what did I do there? No, it's not good. I want to do something else. So I'll just try new things all the time. I really enjoy preparing photo shoots, so I don't take photos on conventions that much anymore, because it's always the same, because there's only a certain number of locations where the convention is held. So if you take a photo there and then you take another photo the next year, it's basically the same picture because the background is always the same. And people are like, yeah, okay, that was taken at the Konichi. It's that building with the Konichi. And that makes your photos less special. And that's why I enjoy photo shoots so much, because it's also spending time with someone and have a nice day with a friend and travel to a location, maybe even far away location. And I basically start if either I ask a cosplayer who has a costume that I really like, or they ask me, and then I'll check out, okay, what is the character like, and what do I want to, so that's my current style, is that I would try to tell a little story with my photo shoots, or deliver a certain message. So it's not only like, oh, nice picture, so you look at it and it's nice, and that's basically all there is to it. But I try to think about, okay, what would that character do? Instead of taking photos of a person wearing a costume, I try to take photos of that character a person is wearing. And that's a different approach, and that's what I started basically half a year ago. And so I prepare myself like that. I think about, okay, where would I see that character? Would he be like wandering in a forest, or is he like battling near a castle, or do I need a more science fiction-ish location? And then I start researching, and most of the time I spend a few hours on Google Maps or Pinterest and create a mood board, so that I just know, okay, that's the mood I want my photos to have, and that's the kind of location I want to use. And once I found a location, we found a date where to take photos, and then basically I have an assistant with me, because it's difficult to make photo shoot on your own, because normally you need someone holding the reflector, the poor guy holding the reflector all day long. I really feel sorry for these people, but I need them. yeah, and then normally we just start and warm up with a few portraits, and then the angle gets bigger and bigger, and you try to also capture the landscape or whatever objects you have there. And sometimes we even bring props with us and build up a little scenery. And yeah, then we just try to tell a story and take a few photos, like, okay, a warrior wanders through the forest and he hunts a monster, for example, and on his way his sword breaks, or he has had a battle and then his armor slowly wears off, or that there's a blood smear on his face and he looks exhausted at the end of the shooting. So it'll be a set afterwards consisting of single photos, but they tell a story, a little story. So that's basically how I do my photo shoots nowadays.
And how often do you do photo shoots, and what is it like to work with different models?
I had a lot of photo shoots last year. I didn't have that much time this year, so I had 2 this year, I guess. Yes.
I thought just the one with me.
No, I took pictures of Cena at the photo studio.
Right,
the Star
yeah,
Wars
yeah,
pictures.
okay, then.
Yes.
But what? That was in the end of the last year.
No, it was in January.
January, okay.
Yes.
This is almost like drama. What? I thought you only took photos of me this year. No, wait. No, that was last year. No, it was this year.
There was Cena, but I don't even like her.
No, hey, I'm relaxed. It's okay. With this guy, you have to be relaxed with women because his whole friends are just women and basically maybe 2 guys. So
there are no cosplaying guys in Germany, so I
Yeah.
have no. What should I do?
But it would have been so entertaining to watch your fighting here.
I can spill water like
Yes.
bitch, and it just
How
go.
dare you?
Yeah, if we run out of questions, we just start fighting and arguing.
Yes,
For
and
another
there is some
couple
more
of hours, so you can
water
just.
here. There's more
Yes,
water here, so
they'll-
you can.
Great, there'll be popcorn as well for you guys.
Yes.
Or ice cream.
Yes. Okay, back to the
Yes.
topic.
Yes. Different kind of models.
Yes. So it's it's kind of the best to work with a lot of different models, because you can do a lot of different stuff with them. And of course, it's easier if the cosplayer has some photo shooting experience, but it's also really, really cool to work with someone who just started cosplaying and obviously feels insecure in front of the camera, because then you have the opportunity to just help that person and try to give some tips and say, okay, maybe just look a little bit more in that direction and try this pose and that pose. And yeah, most of the time it's a team effort. Cosplay photo shooting is a team effort. Yeah, I mean, I could like take photos, then edit them, and then upload them. And then the model would be basically, okay, I look fat on that picture, I don't like it, why did he upload it? So it's a team effort. So you have to work together as a team, because I want to have nice photos, but the cosplayer needs them probably. They want to have prints for an event or whatever, and they need them for their cosplay portfolio. So yeah, you have to work together, and so I get to work together with many different people, and that's just great. That's why I do photography.
What kind of advice would you give to beginner photographers who want to take cosplay photos?
Yes. What I hear often is that photography, of course, is an extremely expensive hobby. So people are struggling with, okay, there's so many good photographers out there. Everyone is like better than me. Why should I spend 1,000 euros in this hobby and probably no one cares about my photos? Then it's like wasted money. That's what I hear often. But in my opinion, there are no good or bad photographers. There's people with a lot of experience and people with a little experience. So if you want to become a good photographer, all you have to do is do it. You have to take photos over and over again because, yeah, everyone can see the first photos I took and they are not good. But it's okay because you have to start somewhere. So the main advice is if you enjoy taking photos, then just do it. Don't be afraid that someone is better than you because there's always someone better than you. And you don't need like a 6,000 euro camera to begin with. Just buy maybe a used older model. It's perfectly fine. I mean, some of the greatest photographers in Germany, they have a less expensive camera than I do, but they take much better pictures than I do. So the price of the equipment is not the most important thing. And yeah, just maybe do it like I did. Ask friends, you know, they are cosplayers, and what I learned is people are thankful. Even if your photos are not that good, at least it's photos, you have them and you spent some time together. Maybe you laughed together, you had a nice day, you can go grab some food together, and you have photos afterwards. Even if they are not like the perfect, super crazy, high quality, special photography, it's okay, it's fine. So yeah, just go over and ask your friends, get a cheap camera, start playing around with it. Maybe take photos of your cat at first until you like get used to the technology. Or if you know a photographer, ask him about some tips. Which camera should I buy? Which lenses should I use? And yeah, just start experimenting. And don't be afraid because there is no good photographers. There's just photographers with more experience than you probably have.
Please tell us about do's and don'ts of cosplay photography.
Yeah, okay, that's a really specific topic. In my opinion, a big do is do.
Just do it.
Just do it. That's where you start. And you don't even have to care about like Photoshop or something to begin with. It's okay. I mean, I was like a Photoshop artist before I even had a camera, so it was more like, okay, I'm used to Photoshop, but I have nothing to edit, so I should probably take photos, then I can edit them. But you don't have to begin with. If it's too much for you, like you're like, oh God, now I have to learn 100 softwares and just started with my camera. You don't need it to begin with, though. The do is just, yeah, do it. Just start and take photos, and you'll be better over time. I mean, you can just check YouTube for Photoshop. There's a billion tutorials about Photoshop. It's no secret technique. Only a few elite people are able to do it. Just you can learn it in a couple of weeks, I guess. About the don'ts, a big don't for me is if you don't talk to your model, because as I said, it's a team effort. You can't just take photos and upload them. People will probably end up unhappy, and you'll be unhappy as well because they probably won't have a photo shoot with you again. So what I do is I upload previews and deliver them to my model and say, okay, have a look over it, tell me your favorites, and then I tell you my favorites. Because they look at themselves, where they think, oh, that's where I look good, and I look at the picture in total. So they say, oh, on this photo I look good, but I might say, yeah, but the perspective sucks. That does not work. And then you have a dialogue, and in the end you have like the best photos of that photo shoot, because you have a photo where the cosplayer is comfortable with, and you have a photo where yourself are comfortable with. And yeah, there's a lot of people, they just don't talk to each other. They just take photos, upload them, and yeah, does not might be a good idea. And for these guys that are using Photoshop already, be careful with using the liquify tool, because that's what people love in Germany, and that's how you make enemies.
I don't know what that tool is, but I believe you. I don't.
It's basically the tool with what you can make people look slim, or
It's the cheat.
it's the cheat tool. Yes, yes. But if you cheat on a person without telling that person, it's like saying, "Oh, I thought you were a little bit too fat for that costume, so I made you slim." And yeah, that's basically the message that you'll deliver to your model, even if you just thought, because the main reason I use that liquify tool is often it's my fault, because the picture is pretty nice, but the shot the angle is a little bit, if you take the wrong angle, then maybe you look a bit more thicker than you actually are. So I restore the model to what she actually looks like. I don't make her thinner, I make her look like she looks again. And that's basically a good thing, because I can rescue the photo that I would discard on the other side. And but there's people, and they just want to look their models like Disney princesses, make them really thin, and that's not a good idea to do. So if you want to use that tool, tell your model at least, or you probably have one friend less in your life.
So take photos and talk with your model is your advice and do's and don'ts.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you enjoy photography, just do it. Don't think about, oh my God, I'm so bad. Because you just have a little experience, and experience is only gained by doing it.
I think you both might have some opinions about our next topic. In USA and other countries, cosplayers and photographers sell their cosplay prints from their costumes. And in Finland, there has been some discussion about selling your own cosplay photos in conventions and other things where cosplayers make her or himself a product. What are your thoughts about making yourself a product or making your hobby a product? And have you ever sold any of your cosplay prints?
Actually, why not? I mean, for me, it's art. So why don't sell it if your costume is that good and you have a really nice photo? A lot of people actually want that prints and buy that. So I don't see a problem or a situation with it. And what was the second question?
Have you ever sold any of your cosplay prints?
No, actually not, because you need a kind of a company in Germany to sell them, because otherwise it would be against the law, I guess. And no.
Would you like to sell your prints?
If someone would like one, yeah, why not? But actually, I never thought about it to sell that, because then you have to go to convention, or you have to open a store in the internet. And then on convention, I want to meet with friends to share my time as I want. Maybe it's different when you go to another country. But actually, no, I never thought about it.
How about you?
I think it's a good thing that cosplay is also becoming like an industry where people can make a living with their hobby, because a few years ago, or when I started to get in that scene, it was like, you were just a freak, and everyone was looking at like, what the fuck is that guy doing there? And nowadays, also like commoners, they look at it and maybe they think, oh, that's just a famous person and he makes a living with their hobby. So cosplay gets more accepted worldwide, and I think that's a good thing, because on the other hand, there's also like gamers, and they're having a Twitch stream and earning a lot of money there. And also gamers were just the freaks. When I was a kid, I was a gamer as well, and I was just a freak and say, oh, yeah, that's the gamer guy. And nowadays, yeah, gamers are accepted in our community. You're no longer the freak, because people know, there's others, and they make a living out of it. They can earn money with their hobby, and it's always a good thing if you can live off your hobby. So I guess it's a good development, and there's already a few people in Germany as well. They can live off their hobby, and it's a good thing, I guess.
I guess it's like most of our dream to pay for our living with our hobby.
Yes, of course.
Let's talk about cosplay culture in Germany and some other countries. And what special is there about German cosplay culture or conventions? Is there something that you haven't found in other countries?
Want to start?
Yeah, actually, I don't know. What I saw here is that we took more photos on a convention. Basically, almost everywhere there are cosplayers and photographers were doing a photo shoot. And I don't know, do we have something special?
Yeah, I don't know about other countries, so I don't know if those things are special in Germany. But yeah, like Melina said, we have a big focus on photography. So most of all our conventions are at locations that at least offer photography locations as well at some point. And we only have a few, like the classic Comic Cons you would know from the United States. And also I guess cosplay started really small in Germany, and then it grew. So no one started a huge convention. They were all just little meetups of a few freaks, and they met somewhere, and then they invited a few more freaks, and they looked for a location to be there. And so every convention we have in Germany just grow from being really small, and now they're really huge. And yeah, they offer a lot, I guess. So most of the people are hanging around outside, like having a huge cosplay picnic, I'd call it. And there's also a program inside where you can watch stuff you like. But in my opinion, most of the people spend time outside.
And what's actually different, at least what I saw here, we have creepers, old guys who take photos of young girls. It's actually, sorry.
Do they just like buy a ticket so they can take?
Yeah, actually, maybe they are not creepers, but we call them creepers. But there are a lot of old guys who take pictures of young girls with.
Yeah, perverts.
Yeah,
they're creeps. They're actual creeps.
Yeah,
we have a lot of those in
yeah.
Germany.
You can keep them in Germany.
Yeah,
we don't need them. Thank you.
And our cosplayers are older. At least it's different. We talked about that yesterday. There are a lot of children are here. You know what I mean? And it's different in our country because we have young adults or teenager, or the older ones like I am, around 30. So yeah.
What is the con in Germany that you would recommend to us? What is the place to be?
It depends what you want to do. If you're there for a photo shoot, I would recommend the Dokumi. It's in Düsseldorf. It's Düsseldorf in English as well.
Dusseldorf.
Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf, yeah. Or if you more for, you want to join a convention with a good program, you should go to the Konichi. It's the biggest convention in Germany. We have visitors over 20,000. And they have starlets from Japan, and there you can do different things and different kind of program. But if you're there for photos, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, you have it depends on what you want to see, because if you want to have the most like traditional German convention experience, then you have to go to the Konichi, because it's one of the oldest convention, it's the biggest convention, but it's also like super crowded there, so taking photos there is nearly impossible, but it delivers what conventions are like in Germany the best, I guess. That's what I believe. But if you just want to visit a convention that's beautiful, you have to go to the Dokomi, because they have a huge park there's a Japanese garden in it, there's some ruin stuff in it, there's really a lot nature you can have, and there's huge halls with thousands of artists in there. And we also offer the classic Comic-Con experience. For example, we have one in Stuttgart, where I live, and it reminds me the most of the San Diego Comic-Con. So if you say, like, okay, I want to visit, really have that Comic-Con feeling, then you'll probably go there.
I know that, Melina, you have been visiting other countries in their conventions, and can you tell about the experiences to traveling to other countries for conventions?
I can basically tell you about Japan. It was weird because they ask you if they can do a photo, but not like there's a line. You just go there as a cosplayer at a certain point and just pose, and then they make one or two photos, and then say thank you, and then they go, and that's a line there. And actually that was really weird because I never saw something like that, and I have to think about it. Yeah, that basically it's almost the same in every convention. I mean, we're all addicted or we into manga and anime, and it's nice to meet other cosplayers from other countries because you can see what's important in the country. So in Germany, we keep an eye on a good quality on your costumes, and what I saw, it's basically the same in Finland. You really have an eye for details and well-sieved costumes. But if you go, for example, to other countries, it's more important that you have a huge armor and you do huge things, and they also pay for contests. If you win a contest, you get, for example, in Italy, a huge amount of money, and there isn't anything like that in Germany. And there's also no bitch fight. For example, in Russia, I know people from Russia, and they told us, if you don't do your costume really perfect, they just get mad, or you just, I don't know what I do, but it's not
Sounds
as fun.
Russian to me.
They start a fight in the back room before they go on stage, like, no, your dress isn't pretty enough.
Yeah, cause that they, for example, in Italy, cause they get so much money for the winner, they even try to crush your costume or hide something what you need for your skid. At least that's what they told me. So I hope they told me the truth. So I think that's basically different to Germany or to here, and but I basically went to German conventions because when I go to vacation or on vacation, I like to spend my vacation on the beach or to travel around and don't wear costumes. So yeah.
If you want a beach vacation, then you're in the wrong country.
I know, but
I'm
trees.
so sorry for
What?
Let's go home.
We can go to Tuiranranta tomorrow. It's a beach, sorta.
Yeah, I know offered us instead we will go to the beach. I
We
hope.
can stay there till 4 a.m. Isn't that great?
Yes, with the mosquitoes. Have the Finnish summer experience. Also sauna. Talking about Finland, before we go to the audience questions, it's the traditional question. How do you like Finland? What is your feeling of us?
I was interested in Scandinavia and especially Finland since I was a kid. Always wanted to come here, really. It's a true story
Why?
because my grandpa
It
was
is
actually
really a true
here
story.
really, really often. And he tortured me with showing me photos all the time. I don't know if you know that, if you're like, yeah, whenever you go to your grandpa, it's like, oh, we can look at the Finland pictures. And everyone was like, oh no, that again. And I was like, yes, I want to see more Finland pictures. And yeah, that's when I grew really fond of the country. So yeah, now I'm here, I made it. And I really like it. It's really a beautiful, beautiful country.
Yeah.
When we had a little road trip from Helsinki to here. And yes, a little road trip.
Yeah, really little.
Half the country.
And yeah, at first it was like, yeah, okay, it looked like in Germany. It's not that different, but the longer you're on your way, you see the little details that, yeah, it's actually really different because there's forest everywhere, and then suddenly there's a huge lake, and we don't have that lakes in Germany anywhere.
We have lakes, but they really look different.
They're artificial.
Tiny lakes. We have huge lakes.
Yes, yes, and then that's just an amazing view because it's just the trees open, and then you see a huge lake, little islands on it, and it's really fascinating. And yeah, I kind of like Finland. It's really a nice country. I mean, I don't care about warm countries at all because winter is my favorite season. So I'm good here. I'm fine.
You should come here in the winter.
No, you have no sun. That's not an opportunity.
if you think our curtains are too thin and we have too much light at night, you should come here in the winter. There is no light
Yes, perfect.
at all.
Perfect. We can sleep all day then.
Yeah.
Now you sound like a Finn.
Yeah. Actually, I went last year already to Oulu and visited my friends. And since that, I'm really into sauna. That was one of the things, like, oh, we can go to the sauna, yeah. And you're nice people. I don't know. You always say, yeah, you sound depressed, and but it's not my experience. And everywhere, we went to Tampere,
Yeah.
and then to Vasa, and the people were nice and asked us questions, and hey, where are you from? And they were so open, yeah, to us. And yeah, so I think you're really kind people, and also that we can stay here for one whole week at our friend's place. It's also nothing what is normal. So you're nice people, at least. So I would say. And yeah, the country is just stunning. It's really when you arrive the airplane and you see just the wood and the lakes, and I don't know. We sit on a bench on a lake in Tampere, and the sun was slowly get down.
To a certain point.
Yeah, and
Then it went up again.
yeah, and the lake turned pink, rosa, pink.
Yes, pinkish.
Pinkish, and it was like a mirror, and I never saw something like that before, and that's just really amazing experience. And even that it's never get dark, it's also kind of experience. If you had better curtains, it would be easier experience. But
So Kaisa, you should buy new curtains.
yeah,
I've been to your home. You actually, I think, do you even have curtains?
We can do a crowdfunding for you. We just
So that next time when Melina and Robin come, we have the curtains for you.
Yeah, okay. And coffee.
She didn't give you coffee?
Yeah, of course she did. Yeah. Coffee is the most important thing. They offered me free coffee to the convention, so she did a really good job with coffee.
It was like my Finnish pride has been wounded if no one gave you coffee. Have you been to Lapland? Or are you planning to go there? Because I think you really should visit there.
Sadly not. We wanted to, but we don't have that much time.
You should come back next year to Matsucon and go to Lapland.
If Kaisa has new curtains, we maybe think about it.
So it's up to you, Kaisa. We have our lovely guests here next year as well. Okay. Maybe we should go now to audience questions and stop talking about Kaisa's curtains.
It's so interesting.
Someone has a question about curtains in Germany.
Yes. What kind of color do you usually have in your curtains? Like, and are they long? No, I'm sorry. I have a terrible sense of humor. But this is to you, Robin. What has been your favorite photo shoot so far?
That's difficult to answer because my photo shoots, they are so different. It's hard to tell which one is my favorite because my style also adjusts every year. But I would say that I had a Princess Mononoke, Lady Eboshi photo shoot. And that was my first photo shoot where I tried to tell a real story, and it worked out so well, so I was really happy with the outcome. And I guess that's my favorite photo shoot so far, because I still look at the photos and I'm like, yeah, that's really, it's exactly how I wanted the photos to be.
And this is to Melina. Earlier you said that you used to think that cosplay is freakish. Why did you think that?
When I was younger, I was 16, and the cosplays weren't that good as they are now. So people to this time just look weird. We had bad wigs. And we had
we hadn't wigs at all.
Yeah,
I spray painted my real hair.
Yeah, so sorry, but that's not pretty. And they had.
I have nice hair.
Yeah,
or
but
I had.
but they didn't put makeup in their faces, and they just wore normal clothes and changed it a little bit. And actually, sorry, but that wasn't pretty.
It was freakish. I understand. Yeah. I agree with you. Do you have any future cosplay plans? Freakish or not freakish?
Freakish or not freakish? Yes, I have. I want to do from Majora's Mask and Anju. Yeah, that's a plan. And I still have to finish my Love Life costume, so I just did it because I like the appearance, my belly dancer outfit. But yeah, I'm lazy. So I started it and I never finished it, and I worked since 2 years already on it, or 3 years. So probably I will never finish it, maybe.
Next year when you come back to Matsucon?
Yeah, belly dancer outfit would be a really good idea for Finland. I freeze my ass already off, so no.
It's warm here now. It's usually like snow coming from the sky in midsummer.
Convince me to wear the belly dancer outfit. That's really good.
I will give you those curtains to wrap yourself in.
Okay, that would be maybe then. Let's talk about it.
I will bring you, if Kaisa hasn't bought them, I will bring you my own curtains.
Okay.
Back to the questions, thank you. And this is also to you, Melina. Why cosplay? Why this hobby? What is so best about it?
I ask myself this question every day. No, I don't know.
Why am I here?
You wake up in the morning. Why? Why cosplay?
What is my life? What are my choices?
I regret everything.
Actually, yeah, I don't know. I started with cosplaying, and then even if I thought, yeah, okay, it's freaky, I had so much fun. I've met a lot of people, and I was for years the only person who was interested by manga and anime, and then you meet people who has the same interests, and you can be so creative. I mean, I have to dress hair, I have to put makeup on, I have to sieve, I have to craft, I have to paint things, and really, that's the most creative hobby in my opinion what you have, and that's the thing what I really love about cosplay. Also, that you have to be a model, you have photo shoots, so you have to be everything. So I never bored by that hobby. The only thing what I maybe don't like is to have stress. I had too much stress at the WCS, and since that, no.
And this is about photography. Do you have any favorite photographers in the cosplay photo shoot world, or someone else, like professional photographers that you admire?
There's one photographer in Germany, I guess his name is like Blue Potion Photography, and he's really
Never heard of him.
his photos.
That's a nobody.
No, his photos are okay, but he looks really good.
I guess I haven't
You're
met him.
such an idiot. Idiot.
Now we have a few.
Full of himself.
We have a few well-known photographers in Germany. There's one photographer, I know her for ages. Her name is Midgard Photography,
Yeah,
and she's really, that's
Just
a whole
art.
nother dimension.
Yeah.
Can you say the name again?
Midgard, like the
Yeah, the thing. Yeah, the
you
thing.
Norse guys
The
should
thing,
know
thing,
it.
thing, you know. The thing.
Yes, Senta is her real name, and she's one of the examples. She had a super crappy camera for many years, but her photos are I don't know any professional photographer that can compete with her. Her photos are just special, and yeah, she's super talented. I guess she's my most favorite
Yeah,
photographer
and
in Germany.
if you see one of her pictures, you just have to see it, and you know it's from her. She has her own kind of style. It's really amazing.
So everyone go to Google and type Midgard.
Midgard photography, yes. Right after you Google Blue Potion Photography.
Well, it's like, well, which one do you want to see first? And if you had unlimited amount of money, what is the photography shoot, cosplay photo shoot, or a project that you would like to do?
No, that's. I probably would like
won't
build a
spend
Death Star and have a Star Wars photo shooting on it.
I won't spend that money for cosplaying. Probably I would use it for another purpose. I don't know. Just give me the money. No.
Yeah, keep
Maybe-
your shooting, give me the money.
Yeah, I maybe would do a Zelda shooting because I'm really into Zelda. So maybe would build the Lon farm, or Majora's Mask, the city, or I don't know. Would use the money otherwise.
I guess if I need to answer in a realistic way, I would love to have a photo shoot like in the Caribbean, or like on the beach or in the sea, because that's what we don't have in Germany, obviously. So yeah, just go to a really fancy place on our planet, or a desert, for example. Just things that are unreachable for me at the moment.
Yeah, it would be also nice. Yeah.
What is the most difficult place that you have been taking cosplay photos, like the most strangest, or like it was super hard to take the pictures, but they would look amazing?
Let me think about that for a moment.
I will hum.
Actually, I think the photo shoot what we just did 2 weeks ago, it was like really rough because we went to that forest and it was like first, we weren't satisfied with our pictures, and then we watched them on the screen and a huge screen, and they turned out pretty well. And we were the whole day disappointed and like not in a good mood because we thought, okay, we did shit, we have to do the whole thing again. But I never had an experience like that before because the most of time the photos what I did or we have done went out really well, and that was the first time that it didn't work, but it worked then. So
maybe that's the most. The location that's the most difficult to reach. All my photos that are nature looking, most of them were taken at a place in the Black Forest, and you literally have to go hiking to reach it because there's a little waterfall and you have to walk around 1 hour inside that valley. And there's many signs saying, please wear good shoes and it's dangerous. And we're like, yeah, why not wear cosplays instead and carry a lot of shit over there? Why not? So maybe that was the most difficult to reach, but it was worth it because I've never been to a place that beautiful before. So it was a pain in the ass, to be honest, because I had 30 kilos with me, all my flashes, and they had props and staffs and whatever. And we had to carry that stuff and climb with it. And it was a little bit, maybe a little bit dangerous, but it was worth it.
In Germany, how do people view cosplay photography? Do they just think, you take pictures like any other pictures, or do people recognize cosplay photographing as a separate hobby?
I don't. I think it's just I don't like the word cosplay photography because it sounds like someone who isn't able to do any other photos. But it's not true. It's just one way to do photography. But yes, it is like that in Germany. There are people and they are called cosplay photographers because they only focus on cosplay. So it's a word, but I mean, if you're able to do cosplay photography, you most likely can also take photos of a wedding, for example.
And then we have a question about anime and other series. Do you have a favorite composer? The guy who makes the music.
I love the Final Fantasy IX OST, so it would be Nobuo Uematsu. But yes, I don't focus that much on music, so.
Probably the music which touched me the most is from Zelda Ocarina of Time or Xenoblade Chronicles. So I'm more into games than into manga and anime. So or Macross Frontier. That's also but I have no composer favorite one. No.
Do you have any thoughts about 3D printing in cosplay?
That's the best. I'm not a cosplayer, but how fucking awesome is that? It's like it's made for cosplay. It's really great. A lot of people in Germany already have 3D printers. And how cool is that? You can just print a gun and then you have it. No pain in the ass. Warblast, shit, crafting, foam using, whatever.
We have a friend, or basically he has a friend and I know her as well. She did that and it was just amazing. I mean,
it
it's
feels
just-
unfair.
Yeah, it is unfair because you try for weeks that shit and it looks like a crap, and she just printed it and it's perfect. You think, you bitch. So basically, it's just cool, and I'm jealous, but it's too expensive. No, I just do my shit by myself.
You don't think that somehow 3D printing is like making cosplay or making props too easy? Like you don't have to put any effort in it. You can just like push a button and then you have it done.
Yeah, that's not entirely true, because it's just another skill you have to use, because you have to 3D model the prop you want. So a lot of stuff is available freely on the internet, but I did 3D modeling at university, and it's really hard to do. And you have to learn it to get your... I mean, the 3D printer, yeah, okay, he prints whatever you give him, but you have to create it digitally. So it just changes your skill set from handsman, making it by hand, or making it digitally. I mean, if someone took photos like 100 years ago, he would say, it's unfair, he has Photoshop. But yeah, it's just a different skill. What he did in his library, I do in Photoshop digitally. And now cosplay changes in that direction as well. So it's just another skill, but it's really hard to learn.
Do you think there is a right way to do cosplay?
No. For me, it's cosplay is, not just about the creative thing, because there are people who want to wear a costume and they buy it because they maybe are not gifted with talent to sieve or to craft, but they also have the, just an example, they also have the right to be a cosplayer. And of course, in my opinion, it's more stunning if I know the person did the costume by themselves, whatever. But I also saw costumes, they're really great, the pictures are really great, and I know the persons bought their costumes. For example, I don't know, a really famous cosplayer is Kalsara. She's the girlfriend from Elfie, and she buys a lot of costumes, and do really great photo shoots with it. She also do their costumes by herself, but she also buy a lot of stuff, and the photos are great, so why not?
Do you have any opinions?
Yes, I guess there's just what I believe is the main aspect of cosplay is that cosplay is for everyone. So there's different causes why you would cosplay. So it's just like, I want to be the character that I like so much, or I want to do crazy craftsmanship, or I want to, I don't know. So it's legit for me if you just buy a costume, because I have no time, but I don't want to be isolated from that hobby, because it's just a different approach to it, and it's all legit. Of course, people tend to compare cosplayers and are like, but she did everything on her own. But it's just stupid to compare a bought costume. Of course, it's more impressive if you like craft a huge armor. But yes, I think it's just like, it's a hobby for everyone. So there's different causes why you would do that, and there's different reasons to not craft it yourself, and yet still a legit cause.
What do you think is a good cosplay and what is bad cosplay? You can define them yourself. What does it mean?
For me, actually, it's hard. Everything. For me, if you're a good cosplayer, you keep an eye on everything, on little tiny details, even of your makeup, on your wig, on everything. And for me, it's also really good cosplayers see a costume neat. So your seams seems have to be clean, and that's something what for me is important. But cosplay is for every person a different thing. So I know a lot of people who don't give a shit to the quality of your costume. They just want to wear it, and the people are actually really good with photo shoots, and So for me, a good cosplayer also keep an eye on the quality and on the little details, and a not so good one maybe just want to wear the character and don't give a shit. So that's also actually okay, but then for me it's not as good as someone who keep an eye on the details.
It's hard to answer that question, but I believe it's important that you just love what you do, because there's also people like, I don't know, for example, they say, oh, I got to cosplay Fortnite because everyone plays Fortnite nowadays, it'll get me a lot of likes. I don't care about gaming at all, I don't even know the game, but it doesn't care, I just slam it together, put it online quickly. I guess that's the wrong reason to do it. You should at least like just enjoy it and try to be as good as possible or as good as you can be. And that's for me, bad cosplay has nothing to do with quality, but it's if you're able to put your heart into it or not.
Those were the last questions we have for you today. I'm sorry, it has been so fun talking to you.
We have to start fight now.
Yes, now you have to start. You have
full water.
Yes, you have like I can give you 5 minutes. Just go.
No, but watch us drink water.
Okay. Wait, you do it in a German way. Prost.
Do you have any last words you would like to say to our audience?
Please buy curtains.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
Did you hear that, Kaisa?
And don't drive that slow.
Yeah. Come to Germany, visit us, speak to us, say hello, let's talk. I don't know. I have a plushie. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Melina and Robin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you were a nice host.
I
have
applause.
And I also have black curtains at home. So
Next time we will stay at your place. Sorry, Kaisa, but she has black curtains. That's
I win. You can sleep in my kitchen.
Oh, or in the bath tube.
Yeah, I have a slightly smaller apartment than Kaisa. So maybe not. But thank you so much for the audience for being here, and thank you everyone who sent us questions. And come to talk to our guests of honor after this show. Thank you. And last applause for our amazing, amazing guests of honor, who we love dearly.
Thank you.
No, you don't have to take the water. You can drink the water.